Welcome to another episode of Tech Guys Banter, where me and my friend Vishal, we talk about tech and anything else that we find interesting. My name is Ankur. I am a tech professional working at a startup and I'm based out of Seattle, Washington. Hey Vishal.
Welcome to Tech Guys Banter. My name is Vishal. I am a software developer in a big tech company and I'm based in Seattle, Washington. So Ankur, what is the topic for today?
Yeah, today's topic is a very interesting one and something that just wrapped up yesterday. We are going to discuss Google's annual conference, Google I/O. So yesterday, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, presented a bunch of different new releases that are coming sometime this year, maybe in the next few months. And I thought it would be great for us to just go over that conference, all the interesting stuff that they launched, and just listen through it, watch it, and maybe share our feedback, our views about it.
So as usual, our tradition, right? No banter is complete without the drinks. So what are you drinking today, Ankur?
Oh yes. So my drink today is this. This is a beer. It's called the Lucille IPA,
Right?
and it's a local beer. It's from Georgetown Brewing Company, which is out of Seattle, Washington. So yeah, I love this beer actually. So if any of you can get it, please try it out. It's one of my
Nice.
favorite beers.
Cool.
What
Cheers.
about you?
So today I have this is raspberry lemonade with a hint of vodka in it.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ankur.
AI, generative AI, generative AI, generative AI, AI as AI, 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 AI. It uses AI to bring AI, 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 AI.
Oh my God.
I thought we
Oh,
should start with that because it kind of summarizes very well of what
exactly.
Google did yesterday. All right. So let's start with the first uh, the first feature that Sundar showed. So let me share it. Let's listen to it together and then we can react.
Used in workspace over 180 billion times in the past year alone. And now with a much more powerful generative model, we are taking the next step in Gmail with Help Me Write. Let's say you got this email that your flight was canceled. The airline has sent a voucher, but what you really want is a full refund. You could reply and use Help Me Write. Just type in the prompt of what you want, an email to ask for a full refund, hit create, and a full draft appears. As you can see, it conveniently pulled in flight details from the previous email. And it looks pretty close to what you want to send. Maybe you want to refine it further. In this case, a more elaborate email might increase the chances of getting the refund.
This is amazing. This is the elaborate feature. I think I have always wished, like I have this idea. I can write few sentences about it, but to make it like really into an elaborate email, I always struggle with that. Oh my God, this was amazing.
Yeah, this is a great application actually. And because specifically for the example that they are showing, I think Google will probably know what kind of responses eventually led to a successful refund.
Yeah.
I think Google will basically will be able to like optimize the kind of responses to send.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was actually great. Yeah, let's continue looking at it.
And there you go. I think it's ready to send. Help Me Write will start rolling out as part of our workspace updates. And just like with Smart Compose, you will see it get better over time. The next example is maps. Since the early days of Street View, AI has stitched together billions of panoramic images so people can explore the world from their device. At last year's I/O, we introduced Immersive View, which uses AI to create a high-fidelity representation of a place so you can experience it before you visit. Now we are expanding that same technology to do what Maps does best: help you get where you want to go. Google Maps provides 20 billion kilometers of directions every day. That's a lot of trips. Imagine if you could see your whole trip.
20 billion kilometers, huh?
My God.
That scale is unimaginable.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll see this a theme. Like they will mention this big numbers in bold throughout the
Whole presentation.
conference. Yeah.
Whole trip in advance. With Immersive View for routes, now you can, whether you're walking, cycling, or driving. Let me show you what I mean. Say I'm in New York City and I want to go on a bike ride. Maps has given me a couple of options close to where I am. I like the one on the waterfront, so let's go with that. Looks scenic. And I want to get a feel for it first. Click on Immersive View for routes, and it's an entirely new way to look at my journey. I can zoom in to get an incredible bird's eye view of the ride. And as we turn, we get onto a great bike path. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful ride. You can also check today's air quality. Looks like AQI is 43, pretty good. And if I want to check traffic and weather and see how they might change over the next few hours, I can do that. Looks like it's going to pour later, so maybe I want to get going now. Immersive View for routes will begin to roll out over the summer and launch in 15 cities by the end of the year, including London, New York, Tokyo, and San Francisco.
This was an amazing demo.
Yeah.
Maps is one of my most favorite Google applications, right? And it's like whatever Sundar just showed. If this comes to like Seattle City, I would love it. What did you think?
I think the bird's eye view that he demoed, right? I will tell you my personal experience. Sometimes I really want to take my bike and go like visit some place, right? I'm always worried, how does it look like? Will I be able to take that route, right? Because bikes, it needs to have a bike lane, or at least there should be some safety around, right? When you are having a bike, when you are riding on a bike. So with bird's eye view, I will know exactly how that place looks like. Yeah. And that is going to be a game changer according to me, right? Like already Google Maps is at a level where it is very hard to beat that application. With the AI integration in this way, I think, it is going to, like, it will be undisputable leader in this, right? Like, so.
Yes. Let's see what Apple Maps does. But this was great.
So Ankur, actually I saw in the demo Magic Eraser. That was one of the things that, like, it goes to a different level of imagination, what you can do with these applications, right? So let's watch the Magic Eraser clip from this.
Let's do it.
It was one of our first AI native products. Breakthroughs in machine learning made it possible to search your photos for things like people, sunsets, or waterfalls. Of course, we want you to do more than just search photos. We also want to help you make them better. In fact, every month, 1.7 billion images are edited in Google Photos.
You see, I told you about this.
Yeah.
They're talking about the scale, 1.7 billion photos every month.
AI advancements give us more powerful ways to do this. For example, Magic Eraser, launched first on Pixel, uses AI-powered computational photography to remove unwanted distractions. And later this year, using a combination of semantic understanding and generative AI, you can do much more with a new experience called Magic Editor. Let's have a look. Say you're on a hike and you stop to take a photo in front of a waterfall. You wish you had taken your bag off for the photo, so let's go ahead and remove that bag strap. The photo feels a bit dark, so you can improve the lighting. And maybe you want to even get rid of some clouds to make it feel as sunny as you remember it. Looking even closer, you wish you had posed so it looks like you're really catching the water in your hand. No problem. You can adjust that.
Amazing.
Hey, at this point, do we even need to go to this waterfall? It's obviously like mind blowing.
Yeah.
What they showed. Yes, I can't wait to try this out.
There you go. Let's look at one more photo. This is a great photo, but as a parent, you always want your kid at the center of it all. And it looks like the balloons got cut off in this one. So you can go ahead and reposition the birthday boy. Magic Editor automatically recreates.
That's just crazy.
This is crazy. This is
creating the balloons.
This is next level, because now it is not only moving things, it is generating things as well for you, right? So
it's actually magic, right? The name is perfect.
Yeah, Magic Editor, right? Earlier it used to be Magic Eraser. Now it has gone to Magic Editor, right? So and I can see, right, why they have named it Magic Editor, right? Because it is literally creating content. Like those balloons, half of the balloons like were not there, right? And it has, if I see this image, until unless it was taken and then cropped it, but if it has generated,
it has generated.
Yeah,
if it is generated. That's what, right? Like there is a saying that sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Yes,
and that's exactly what is happening here. Like
correct, exactly.
Using AI to like generate balloons.
Wow. Like it extended the bench, right? That is like
extend the bench as well.
Amazing.
All right, let's see what else.
Creates parts of the bench and balloons that were not captured in the original shot. As a finishing touch, you can punch up the sky. It changes the lighting in the rest of the photo so the edit feels consistent. It's truly magical. We are excited to roll out Magic Editor in Google Photos later this year. From G.
So another theme you'll see, Vishal, throughout the conference is like one was the big numbers, right, to show the scale. But another theme I saw was everything was, apart from Bard, everything was going to be released either later this year or in few months. Nothing was, except Bard, nothing was like really like ready for release in a few weeks or like immediately, right? So that was that I think is one of the challenges that big companies face, which is you cannot just release stuff immediately, right? You have to like go through multiple testing cycles and like get the approvals. There is a legal aspect. Like you cannot just launch anything out in production. So like there is I can't wait to try these things out. But then I also understand that okay, there are certain standards that they have to maintain. So I saw that as a trend as well, which was like, imagine like some of these things taking like end of year to launch. I don't know, like the pace at which AI is developing, I think like other startups or other companies might like get a huge headway by end of the year.
Think of like Mid-Journey, right? If Mid-Journey tries to do this, it will be very easy for Midjourney to do that, because they already know how to do generative images, and the only extension will be like you have a photo and you want to edit it, right? Actually, Ankur, I think we should somehow try this out, right? Like, I think you last episodes you showed Midjourney, and like I was
Yeah.
really captivated by that, right? So we should try if Midjourney can edit photos.
Can edit photos. Yeah, I don't think it supports today,
Support.
but I'm pretty sure a lot of the technology can probably be leveraged for something like
Leveraged.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we looked at the Magic Eraser and Magic Editor. Next, I want to look at my most favorite part of the entire demo, and I think which will have the most consequence for creators, for business. I think the whole watermarking, digital watermarking ability that Sundar spoke about. So let's have a listen and then react to it.
So deeply investing in AI responsibility. This includes having the tools to identify synthetically generated content whenever you encounter it. Two important approaches are watermarking and metadata. Watermarking embeds information directly into content in ways that are maintained even through modest image editing. Moving forward, we are building our models to include watermarking and other techniques from the start. If you look at the synthetic image, it's impressive how real it looks. So you can imagine how important this is going to be in the future. Metadata allows content creators to associate additional context with original files, giving you more information whenever you encounter an image. We'll ensure every one of our AI-generated images has that metadata. James will talk about our responsible approach to AI later.
I think
What did
this.
you think, Vishal, of about watermarking?
I think that is huge, because today that is the missing piece, right? How do you distinguish synthetically generated versus an actual thing, right? If watermarking is the solution for that, I am super excited to see how it is being leveraged. And the metadata as well, right? So Google is saying for any AI generated images, it is going to provide metadata, right? So
Yeah.
that is like one common topic that came across was like someone might be submitting AI generated things as his own, right?
Yes.
So if we have this technology, easily there will be other validations and checks in place to make sure the real and the synthetic contents are getting filtered out.
Yeah. I think it's a very broad field, and I think Google is doing something at the cutting edge right now on this, right? Um, like for me, what I feel is plagiarism is going to be a big challenge, right?
Yeah.
Like we love seeing images generated by AI, but I actually feel for the creator who has maybe created something original, and then AI is basically kind of getting
Learning from it.
inspired and
Yeah.
creating another like derivative of that work, and that artist is not getting paid, right? So I think watermarking and this metadata tries to solve some of that, which is, first of all, you cannot plagiarize. You cannot like take an AI image generated by Google and say that this is my own,
Yes.
because of the invisible
Yeah.
watermark.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I think there is this like aspect of attribution. So if I have created an art and then that gets used by AI to generate another art, I would still be able to link the generated art to my original art, and maybe if there is like a compensation or attribution, I can still be like compensated for it, right?
Yeah.
So that's I think is very important. Like if we have to like see AI like go on for a long time, and we want AI to like have to develop in a very ethical way. Uh, uh, so now I'm thinking out loud. So I felt like there is some relation or similarity that with NFTs, right?
Oh yeah.
For
Yes.
NFTs, the whole idea was that like you could have ownership of a digital
Asset.
asset, for
Yeah.
example, an image, and people could be like consuming your art, copying your art, but every time they copy and they sell it, you get a part of the
Yes.
proceeds, right? So I don't know what it is, but I think there might be like some like synergies between the whole NFT concept and watermarking that Sundar showed.
Exactly.
All right, so we looked at photos, watermarking, and now let's look at Bard, the offering from Google, which is similar to ChatGPT from OpenAI. And I think this is the only announcement that Google made, which is basically available for most of us to start using right away. So they had a wait list for it, and then they removed the wait list uh, during the announcement. So I actually tried out Bard, and we can talk about my experience after we see this part.
Okay.
So
skills made a huge leap forward, underpinning its ability to help developers with programming. Bard can now collaborate on tasks like code generation, debugging, and explaining code snippets. Bard has already learned more than 20 programming languages, including C++, Go, JavaScript, Python, Kotlin, and even Google Sheets functions. And we're thrilled to see that coding has quickly become one of the most popular things that people are doing with Bard. So let's take a look at an example. I've recently been learning chess, and for fun, I thought I'd see if I can program a move in Python. How would I use Python to generate the scholar's mate move in chess? Okay, here Bard created a script to recreate this chess move in Python. Now, Bard can also help me understand the code. Could you tell me what chess.board does in this code? Now, this is a super helpful explanation of what it's doing and makes things more clear.
So last week we talked about tutoring services getting completely disrupted. So
This is the perfect example for that. Like now you can just get a piece of code and you can tell AI, just explain me this. And better than any other professor, it is going to explain you.
Yeah, like there are so many courses for Python,
Oh, yeah.
JavaScript, Java. I don't know, like it's much more intuitive to just ask Bard or ChatGPT to explain me a part of the code, and they'll probably do a better job than whatever is available as part of the courses,
So
right?
one aspect, if you see Ankur, one aspect is, let's say there are like 100 lines of code over there, right? And
Yeah.
probably I know 80 lines of code already, right? I can understand it. And only 20% is what I want help with. So I can just select that and get help right away, right? Think of
Yeah.
it, if there was some tutor who was teaching me all these. He doesn't know how much I know, right? So he's probably going to start from zero or somewhere in between, right? So all that extra time that was being consumed to like just transfer the knowledge, right? I think all of that is gone. Like, I think people are going to incline more towards AI being their tutor rather than a physical person.
I won't date myself with how long it's been, but it's still an overwhelming process. So I'm thinking about colleges, but I'm not sure what I want to focus on. I'm into video games, and what kinds of programs might be interesting? Okay, this is a helpful head start. Animation looks pretty interesting. Now I could ask, help me find colleges with animation programs in Pennsylvania. Okay, great. That's a good list of schools. Now, to see where these are, I might now say, show these on a map.
This is
Here, Bard's going to use Google Maps to visualize where the schools are.
You want to say something?
This is game changer, right? Like now you can talk to an AI to get an output, not only text based, but on a map.
Yes. It's
Like,
multimodal now.
I don't know if like my next question will be, tell me the distance from this college to my home, and it will probably like tell me that distance as well, right? Like now I'm not just interacting with generative text here, right? I'm interacting with, like, we are having a conversation and I'm asking an output on a map, right? That's a completely new way to look at the interactions with AI.
Exactly. If I'm Sam Altman,
yeah,
I'd be worried a little bit right now.
Definitely.
Let's see.
Yeah.
This is super helpful, and it's exciting to see that there's plenty of options not too far from home. Now let's start organizing things a bit. Show these options as a table. Nice. Structured and organized, but there's more I want to know. Add a column showing whether they're public or private schools.
This is amazing.
Perfect. This is a great start to build on. And now let's move this to Google Sheets so my family can jump in later to help me with my search. You can see how easy it will be.
So what I love about this demo is it showed so many things like seamlessly, right? Like integrating like multiple Google products. It started with like just text-based Bard, then moved to Maps, so you can integrate Maps. Now, then it showed the output of the maps in form of a table inside Bard, and then you updated that table inside Bard. Now you exported that to Google Sheet. Mind blown.
Like, think of it, right? It might be like send an email of this table to someone, right?
Yeah.
How I don't think that is hard, right? They will easily do that in future.
Easily.
Right?
Easily.
So
let's see how AI is changing search.
Let's start with a search for what's better for a family with kids under 3 and a dog, Bryce Canyon or Arches. Now, although this is the question that you have, you probably wouldn't ask it in this way today. You'd break it down into smaller ones, sift through the information, and then piece things together yourself. Now, search does the heavy lifting for you. What you see here looks pretty.
I think this is key part about like about this part of the demo, which is like your interaction with search is more like talking to another person, right?
rather than just
rather like thinking okay, this is how I should ask search. You can just ask it like the way I would ask another friend who has been to, for this example, to Bryce Canyon and Arches National Park and has a dog and has a family, right? So I think again, like I'm just so impressed by the demos.
Yeah.
Pretty different. So let me first give you a quick tour. You'll notice a new integrated search results page, so you can get even more out of a single search.
Yeah, the best thing that I loved about this was giving a context. Rather than search, you are basically giving a context, right? And in return of that context, you are getting an answer, a reply, a detailed reply with relevant links. So the amount of search that people used to do earlier is actually going to reduce, because even like if you see before AI, I used to do 10 searches and then get the result that I wanted, right?
Yeah.
Now I will probably do just one search or two searches, and in that I will provide the full context that what I was looking for, and very quickly I will get the answer.
Yeah. I think it also aligns well with Google's mission, which was, I think it's the only company which wants you to leave their website. I mean, not the only company, but any search company's primary goal is to, like, they're successful if the customers leave their website as soon as possible, right? That means they have found what they were
What they
looking
were
for.
looking for. Yeah.
So this will actually help them get to what they were looking for. I
Ankur,
wonder how it's going to impact the whole Google like advertising business, right? If you
exactly.
saw, like, above the fold was just like Bard related or like just content, no advertisements. Obviously now you know more about the user, because you know that, okay, this is a person with a family, has a dog, wants to, like, thinking about a vacation just in one query. But I obviously didn't see any like advertisements or anything there. So I wonder, I'm curious, like, how the, like, end of the day it has to make money for the business, right? So
Yeah, so I think definitely advertisement business is going to take an impact on that, but they will have more relevant data. So actually, they can charge the advertisers like more, right? Like
yeah,
they will charge the companies to put their ads more because the lead will be more like firm, right?
valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, there is already a context built into that, right?
Hmm.
So let's say I want to buy something, right? And usually we do a search, like, for example, let's say I want to buy a hoverboard, right? So what I will do now is I'm going to provide a search saying, for my 8-year-old kid, I want a hoverboard which can handle this much weight, and this should be speed. This should be
Yeah.
kids friendly, and I live in a neighborhood which has sidewalks. So whatever is my query, right? Now think of that, like, with that information, Google can go to a company and show exactly the ad that for the product that I was looking for,
Yeah.
instead of list of all the hoverboards, right? Like earlier we used to best hoverboards in this area.
Yeah.
There is very less context into that, and
That's
so
a great way of putting it. Yeah. You're right. Because it's all about like efficiency. Ultimately, what you care about is like whether the user is able to, you can link the user to the right like seller of your
yeah.
hoverboard. And if you can do it much faster, that's better for like everybody, right? Customer, Google, as well as the, like, the seller of the hoverboard.
So the conversion rate for the advertisement that will be shown on Google in future is going to be
Will
high
increase.
quality, and Google is definitely going to charge them more for this.
Yes. Yes.
Google's Palm technology, and it truly empowers everyone to be able to create a video with absolute ease.
Folks come to a Wendy's, and a lot of times they use some of our acronyms. The Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, they'll come in and give me a JBC. We need to understand what that really means, and voice AI can help make sure that order is accurate every single time.
I want to try this out. So apparently, Wendy's has integrated Google's AI, and you can actually order like a burger or a meal using AI. So I wonder, like, if it is already available, maybe in one of the Wendy's
Yeah.
near our area. So I'll check it out, and if it is available, the first thing I do over the weekend is to like go grab a Wendy's burger.
Record it, Ankur, if you possibly can record it that time. It will be amazing.
Maybe we both can go after
Sure.
our tennis.
That will be
Okay, let's check that out.
Generative AI can be incorporated in all the business processes Deutsche Bank is running.
The partnership with Google has inspired us to leverage technology to truly transform the whole restaurant experience.
There is no limitations.
There's no other way to describe it. We're just living in the future.
So looks like Google has a lot of big partners. So I saw Accenture, BCG, Wendy's, multiple banks. So this is going to the AI wars are really like heating up. This is going to get very, very interesting, and I think overall it's going to be good for like the customers.
Yes.
They will have a better product. Another highlight of the keynote for me was about texting, and I think Google has released a new protocol for SMS. So let's have a look at that.
Sending high quality images and video, getting typing notifications, and end-to-end encryption should all just work. That's why we've worked with our partners on upgrading old SMS and MMS technology to a modern standard called RCS that makes all of this possible. And there are now over 800 million people with RCS. On our way to over 1 billion by the end of the year. We hope every mobile operating system gets the message and adopts RCS. So we can all hang out in the group chat.
I don't think Apple cares.
What?
I don't think Apple is going to adopt RCS anytime soon.
Exactly. Like this, the way he said it, it looked like he's saying directly to Apple, right? Like,
Yeah. He is.
Chat together, no matter what device we're using.
So, Ankur, one of the topics that I saw was cinematic images, right? I have always thought about like images are 2D, right? Having a 3D feel, we have some versions of it, but if we use AI to create 3D images, that is going to be amazing, right? So I think they mentioned cinematic wallpapers. So let's look at the clip for that.
Of course, many of us like to use a favorite photo for our wallpaper. And so with the new cinematic wallpaper feature, you can create a stunning 3D image from any regular photo and then use it as your wallpaper. So let's take a look. So this time I'm going to go into my photos. And I really like this photo of my daughter. So let me select that. And you'll notice there's a sparkle icon at the top. So if I tap that, I get a new option for cinematic wallpaper. So let me activate that and then wait for it. Boom. OK. Now, under the hood, we're using an on-device convolutional neural network to estimate depth, and then a generative adversarial network for in-painting as the background moves. The result is a beautiful cinematic 3D photo. So then let me set the wallpaper, and then I'm going to return home. And check out the parallax effect as I tilt the device. It literally jumps off the screen.
Yeah. So Ankur,
go ahead.
Ankur, you saw that, right? When there was a wallpaper and the parallax effect, when the device was moving, it really looked like the person is in a 3D.
Yes.
Like I literally, after looking at this demo, I want to hold a phone like that and see, like, this is amazing, right? But I think it is going to be available pretty soon. I think in a month they committed, they will launch this. So I'm waiting for that.
That looks really interesting, and I think that is the advantage that Google has. I think now there was a time when the camera wars between Google's like flagship and Apple's latest version used to be more about hardware.
Yeah.
And then with all the advancements in AI, now I think it's more about like the software, right? Like I think we have kind of reached the peak of hardware.
Yes.
So now it's all about Magic Editor, Magic Eraser. I think this is an area where Google can really take a lead compared to Apple. I think I have always seen that this kind of features are first launched by Google on Android, and then Apple kind of launches it later. So it's going to be interesting to see how Apple kind of launches something similar.
So this is the demo for, they are launching the new Pixel 7a. Let's look at the launch.
We're completely upgrading everything you love about our A series with the gorgeous new Pixel 7a. Like all Pixel 7 series devices, Pixel 7a is powered by our flagship Google Tensor G2 chip, and it's paired with 8 gigabytes of RAM, which ensures Pixel 7a delivers best-in-class performance and intelligence. And you're gonna love the camera. The 7a takes the crown from 6a as the highest rated camera in its class. Now, here's the best part. Pixel 7a is available today, starting at $499.
So this is what I was saying, Ankur. Like they have launched this Pixel 7a. Basically, if you see the configuration, it is very similar to what Pixel 7 Pro was 6 months ago. But but Pixel 7 Pro was around $799.
Oh, wow. That's a significant decrease in price. Yeah.
And now you are getting, it's a little bit smaller, definitely, but you are getting almost the same configuration for $499. It's the best value you can get.
$499 is a great price, man. Like, it's 1/3 of my Apple phone, right? Yeah.
And on top of that, the camera that they have given with this Pixel 7a, Google Pixel 7 even Pro doesn't have a camera like that.
Oh, really?
So that means, yeah, we just talked about, right? Like you said, the hardware wars. So now it is more about optimization. It is not like you cannot have 10 cameras in a phone. I don't think that is practical, right? But now, basically, can you give this technology at an affordable price? And basically, can you deliver value? I think Apple, after this, Apple is going to feel the pinch, right? Like they are going to feel the pinch that Google is launching great products at an affordable price, right?
It's good for us as consumers. But yeah, like the price is, I think, very, very competitive. $499 is very, very affordable. And the phone looks great, actually. And all the great technology that they showed related to photos, the models, I think all those technologies will be available on the phone, right? So it's probably is a bargain in terms of
it's a really good bargain, I will say, for $499.
Okay, awesome. I think there are obviously like other features or technologies that were released as part of the Google I/O, but these are the ones that we both thought were the most intriguing ones or interesting ones for us. And I think it was a good discussion. And I'm seeing that after the Google I/O, the market, the stock market is also really liking all the releases that Google is about to make related to AI. Yeah, and I think the stock price is also showing a good upward trend after the I/O. So I think it is like almost up 4 to 5% over the last one day. Last week it's almost up like 11%. So overall, a pretty good week for Google.
Yeah.
Any last comments or thoughts from you, Vishal, before we wrap this thing up?
I think from my side, I enjoyed Google I/O, to be honest, right? And after having this podcast with you, I think I learned more about it. Thank you for giving me that perspective, Ankur. On the other hand, I think, like, if I see all the features, my favorite one was Magic Editor, to be honest, right? I loved it. I loved the way, like, and to be honest, Sundar, he presented it so well. I think it was really powerful. What about you? Like, how do you see this Google I/O thing?
Yeah, I think it was probably like one of the best Google I/O conferences that I have seen. Much needed one. It felt like all the other companies like OpenAI and many other startups was basically eating Google's lunch, and this was a much needed one. We need competition in this space for like best technologies to emerge, and I'm happy that like Google is leading all this right now. So I would only say that uh, apart from Bard, everything is not released yet. It's about to come, about to come. So I hope that Google can work through that and like launch these things quickly. Otherwise, like 1 month, we are seeing so much advancement in AI that I think Google should like fast track it a little bit. My favorite one was, I would still say, like I'm like really interested about the whole watermarking thing.
Okay.
Even though it may not look super sexy, I think it's going to be a very important thing.
Yes, definitely.
Whole ethical AI part. So, but I also love like Magic Editor. Like it was great. They talked about a lot of the PAM models. They discussed about like various versions of the models, which works for like there was a gecko version, but there was also like a unicorn and bison version, like based on your needs. I love that part of the demo as well. So yeah, overall, like I think it was good, and I also like throughout the whole like going through the keynote and preparing for it, talking to you, hearing your perspective, I think really helped like improve my understanding about a lot of this technology as well. So it was great.
Cool. With that, I think this is the end of our episode. Bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.